Yes, hello today. Look, we are going to be covering today Super Saiyan Vegeta. Cue the intro.
Welcome to my channel, where cringy intros are cringy.
Alright, so as you guys can see, here he is, the big boy himself. Let's see if he's actually worthwhile at all. So when I say this, he's a free-to-play character, in the sense that if you already have him at 7 stars minimum, then he is a free ZENKAI. And in fact, he's a free ZENKAI regardless, so once you get his stars up to 7, you can use him. And he'll use his ZENKAI, I mean. So, let's actually discuss if he's relevant in the context of GT or anyone else for that matter. So let's take a look. Let's display the maximum, because I don't have him ZENKAI'd yet. I'm going to eventually, but right now, meh. So let's take a quick snap look at stats. Stat-wise, he is average for his ZENKAI, and that's all I can really say. Pulls 2 blasts, fair enough. He's average, like in terms of ZENKAI stats. Let's take a look at what else he does. He has got his green card, which restores ki, inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 25% to damage received. Cool. Gallic gun. Gallico. Yep. Alright, let's talk about his main ability. His main ability looks... I can't tell, I'll be honest, if this Vegeta's main ability has changed. Like, at all. So what we could do is, we could always double check that. No, it has not. It has not changed at all. It is the exact same thing. So, main ability itself, wise, like I'm looking at it, and it's actually not bad for a main ability. So, definitely well ahead of its time when it was first released. Just unfortunately, at the time of his release, he was in a situation where there wasn't really enough to make a full GT team that was good enough to compete in the meta. So, yeah, this guy just never really had a chance. So it's nice to see a main ability that's not bad at all. Alright, so let's take a look at the ZENKAI ability real quick. ZENKAI 4, GT yellow. Okay, so it's exactly what I thought. Not going to really be helping Vegeta Clan, really, for that. You can throw him into Vegeta Clan, but realistically, I don't even know if he's going to go outside of GT. Maybe, but I doubt it, realistically. Alright, let's talk about his unique abilities, because that's pretty much what matters the most. So we have his ability to inflict attribute downgrade. For each time he uses a strike or blast card, he also has the ability to increase his damage potential each time his opponent uses a strike or blast card. And also inflict enemy with attribute downgrade, minus 70% to ki recovery for 2 timer counts. And this is all stackable. Okay, so essentially, this guy's a debuffer. I mean, it's okay. It's not the greatest of skills, but it's not horrible. It's just, if he's going to support his team in a way that is effective, especially with something like this, give him card draw speed. So let's see if he gets that. Royal Pride. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield. Plus 40% to damage inflicted, cannot be stacked. Reduces damage received by 20%, cannot be stacked. And also inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade, plus 3 to strike art's cost. This is kind of irrelevant, I'll be honest. This doesn't feel very relevant at all. And with the ability to remove buffs so easily, this is frankly just irrelevant. You might as well, like, when this was made, it could have legitimately been this. Apply the following effects. Plus 40% to damage inflicted cannot be cancelled, and then reduction of 20% cannot be cancelled. And then you could say the following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, and then say inflict all enemies with attribute downgrade plus 3 to strike arts cost. That would have made more sense. Like, they should have just changed it. I know this is an older unique passive, but they should have changed it. This ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. No. Because if, for God knows what reason, this guy's your last man standing and they can just cancel you're just dead. You're just absolutely dead. I mean, you're dead probably even in that situation, because this guy should not be your last man that stands. But in a situation like that where they can cancel you, and also this is your last unit, you're just screwed. You're just royally screwed. So this is not looking super good. I am not very positive about this. All right, let's take a look at defeated GT inflicted damage up. Applies the following effects to allied tag GT when this character is defeated. So just straight up, this guy is saying, I want to play with GT characters pretty much only and no one else. If I'm going to go on a Saiyan's team, it better be primarily GT. Okay. Applies the following effects. So restores health by 15% if he dies, as well as 30% damage inflicted to everyone cannot be canceled. Okay. This is not horrible. I expected a little bit more, though. But I also guess, considering what GT has as options, that might have been too much. Pushing things over the edge. But overall, I don't see the point. See, if I were playing Saiyans, I'd rather run Angel Vegeta because I can heal for much more. And I'd rather keep all my units alive. And if I had to sack a unit, yes, I would sack Angel Vegeta in a heartbeat. So it's almost the same thing. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this other than it's okay so far. All right, let's take a look at Warrior Race's worth. Hopefully this is better. Applies the following effects to allies depending on their tags when this character is switched to standby. Sun Family, plus 20% to strike damage, inflicted for X amount of timer counts. Saiyan, plus 30% to key recovery. GT, plus 20% to damage inflicted. Tag Super Saiyan 4, plus 20% to ultimate and awakened damage, inflicted for 15 timer counts. So essentially, yeah, this is why it works mainly for Goku. It's because Goku fits every single one of these criterias potentially, depending on the team setup that you do. So the yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the Legends Limited, this works on him. The purple one, it works on him. Yeah. It primarily works on GT Goku. So mainly the purple one. That is interesting because it just basically means this guy's ability and usefulness is really tied to how many of those tags each unit can essentially cover. So when I'm looking at this, I guess the least important aspect to all of this realistically is the Sun Family one. At first glance, you would think it's the key recovery, and honestly, generally speaking, key recovery isn't super important unless we're talking in regards to card draw speed as well. In which case, that's extremely important because your key recovery, if you can increase your key recovery while also having card draw speed, you can make insanely long combos. So, yeah, this is key recovery in this particular situation, especially with specific units like the Super Saiyan 4 Purple Goku. Solid. It's a good choice. The GT buff is great. The Super Saiyan 4 buff is kind of situational, but to be fair, all Super Saiyan 4s that I can think of, they all have an ultimate. So this works. It works in their favor. Overall, what do I think about this Vegeta? Well, it's really hard to say whether or not he's going to be super good, but if we actually compare him to his competition, we can get a good idea of whether he's very good or not. Overall, what I say is he worth it, like, to actually play in a GT team. Yeah, he definitely can be played. I feel like he has some major flaws that cannot be overlooked. For one, for a debuffer / attribute downgrade specialist, he will struggle to continue following that up. The reason why I say that is because he doesn't really attack the opponent for, like, long strings of combos, meaning how long it actually is maintained on the opponent is varied at best. His main ability is solid, but that is not enough to make a unit powerful. I mean, if we take a look at Nuova, for example, and then also Majub, which I don't currently own, and also Super Saiyan for Legends Limited Goku, you have 3 other units that I personally think you could run over this Vegeta in a heartbeat. If you want the ability to lock someone in, because lock-in is always going to be powerful, Nuova's actually still a solid pick for GT. If we want to talk about probably the best support for GT currently, it's Majub. Without a doubt, even with this new ZENKAI, Majub does just way more He gives a lot more to his team. He's got a green card that will essentially just... It's a quick arts green card, meaning it just activates pretty fast. And on top of that, it applies the ability to draw a new card, key restoration, plus 50% of damage inflicted. Also ignores special actions when people change cover, and it can be comboed with anything. On top of that, he's got his own ult. He's got a solid main ability that does everything that you'd want it to, and as well, he can increase his own arts card draw speed by 2. We have a whole situation where he buffs the team by 15% by the battle start, so automatically, and it doesn't matter who it is just the moment he enters the battlefield, all his allies get 15%. It's not even tag specific. That's how good this character is. We have innate damage dealing. He's just got a lot of things. It's just insane how much he has. Now, once again, I truly believe that this new Vegeta is definitely passable, but I just don't see him being as oppressive as Majub, realistically. I think right now, the staple idea of what actually should be, like, how we should base how good a unit is based upon the top unit. Majub currently sits on the throne of yellows when it comes to GT specifically, and it's gonna be hard to top him. Surprisingly, this ZENKAI, with all the passives that he has, it's just not enough. Now, with that being said, like I said, Vegeta can definitely be used on GT. I'm sure he will see play. It's just that he's a highly specific character, and I personally favor units that don't die over units that die. So I think Vegeta might become a playstyle dependent unit. So if people like death buffs, then Vegeta will be up your alley. If you don't, though, if you like more of a team synergy type well-oiled machine, then I would probably stay clear of Vegeta. Try him out, see how you like him. I'm personally, at least on paper, not very impressed, but I'm also not dissatisfied. I think for what he is, I think he's solid enough. So there you go. That's my opinion on the matter. We're going to see over time if he is relevant or worth it at all, but till then, this is what it is. We'll see how the meta turns out, how the meta shifts, and see if he makes a dent. So with that being said, guys, that's the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't hesitate to tickle the like button if you haven't already subscribed, and click at the bell for more notificaciones so you never miss another one of my videos. Have yourselves a salty day, and I will see you in the next video.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope you had a time, Phil G. Phil G.